On the Death of Anne Bronte by Charlotte Bronte. There's little joy in life for me, and little terror in the grave. I've lived the parting hour to see of one I would have died to save. Calmly to watch the failing breath, wishing each sigh might be the last, longing to see the shade of death over those beloved features cast. The cloud, the stillness that must part the darling of my life from me, and then to thank God from my heart, to thank Him well and fervently. Although I knew that we had lost the hope and glory of our life, and now, benighted, tempest-tossed, must bear alone the weary strife. The little needle always knows the north, by Ralph Waldo Emerson. The little needle always knows the north. The little bird remembereth his note, and this wise seer within me never errs. I never taught it what it teaches me. I only follow when I act aright. October 9th, 1832. The Life Theoretic by Leonard Huxley. While I have been fumbling over books and thinking about God and the devil and all, other young men have been battling with the days, and others have been kissing the beautiful women. They have brazen faces like battering rams, but I, who think about books and such, I crumble to impotent dust before the struggling, and the women palsy me with fear. But when it comes to fumbling over books and thinking about God and the devil and all, why, there I am, but perhaps the battering rams are in the right of it. Perhaps. God knows. Revelation by Leonard Huxley. At your mouth, white and milk-warm sphinx, I taste a strange apocalypse. Your subtle taper fingertips weave me new heavens, yet methinks I know the wiles and each inks that brought me passionate to your lips. I know you bears laughter strips your charnel beauty, yet my spirit drinks pure knowledge from the tainted well, and now hears voices yet unheard. Within it and without it sees that world of which the poets tell their vision in the stammered word of those that wake from piercing ecstasies. Waking by Aldous Leonard Huxley. Darkness had stretched its color, deep blue across the pane. No cloud to make night duller, no moon with its tarnished stain, but only here and there a star, one sharp point of frosty fire, hanging infinitely far in mockery of our life and death and all our small desire. Now in this hour of waking, from under brows of stone, a new pale day is breaking, and the deep night is gone. Sordid now, and mean and small, the daylight world is seen again, with only the veils of mist that fall, deaf and muffling over all, to hide its ugliness and pain. But today this dawn of meanness shines in my eyes as when the new world's brightness and cleanness broke on the first of men. For the light that shows the huddled things of this close-pressing earth shines also on your face and brings all its dear beauty back to me and a new miracle of birth. I see you asleep and unpassioned, white-faced in the dusk of your hair, your beauty so fleetingly fashioned that it filled me once with despair, to look on its exquisite transience and think that our love and thought and laughter puff out with the death of our flickering sense, while we pass ever on and away towards some blank hereafter. But now I am happy, knowing that swift time is our friend, and that our love's passionate glowing, though it turn ash in the end, is a rose of fire that must blossom its way through temporal stuff, nor else could be more than a nothing. Into day, the boundless spaces of night contract, and in your opening eyes I see night born in day and time eternity. Nothing Will Die by Alfred Lord Tennyson. When will the stream be aweary of flowing under my eye? When will the wind be aweary of blowing over the sky? When will the clouds be aweary of fleeting? When will the heart be aweary of beating? And nature die? Never, oh never, nothing will die. The stream flows, the wind blows, the cloud fleets, the heart beats, nothing will die. Nothing will die, all things will change through eternity. 'Tis the world's winter, autumn, and summer are gone long ago. Earth is dry to the center, but spring a newcomer. A spring rich and strange shall make the winds blow round and round, through and through, here and there, till the air and the ground shall be filled with life anew. The world was never made, it will change, but it will not fade. So let the wind range, for even in morn, ever will be, through eternity, nothing was born, nothing will die, all things will change. A Broken Rainbow on the Skies of May by Madison Julius Cawine. A broken rainbow on the skies of May, touching the dripping roses and low clouds, and in wet clouds its scattered glories lost. So in the sorrow of her soul the ghost of one great love, of iridescent ray, spanning the roses dim of memory, against the tumult of life's rushing crowds, a broken rainbow of the skies of May. A flashing hummingbird among the flowers, deep-colored blooms, its slender tongue and bill, sucking the syrups and the calyx myrrhs, till, being full of sweets, away it whirs. Such was his love that won her heart's rich bowers, to give to him their all, their honeyed showers. The bloom from which he drank his body's fill, a flashing hummingbird among the flowers. A moon moth white that through long mists of fleece moves amber girt into a bulk of black, and lost to vision rims the black with froth. A love that swept its moon like some great moth across the heaven of her soul's young peace, and smoothly passing in the clouds did cease, of time through which its burning light comes back. A moon moth white that moves through mists of fleet, a bolt of living thunder downward hurled, momental blazing from the piled up storm that instant's out the mountains and the ocean. The towering crag then blots the sight's commotion. Love, love that swiftly coming bared the world, the deeps of life round which fate's clouds are curled, and ceasing left all night in black alarm, a bolt of living thunder downward hurled. Time, Real and Imaginary by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. An allegory. On the wide level of a mountain's head, I knew not where, but 'twas some fairy place. Their pinions, ostrich-like, for sails outspread, two lovely children run an endless race. A sister and a brother, this far outstrip the other, yet ever runs she with reverted face, and looks and listens for the boy behind. For he, alas, is blind. Over rough and smooth with even step he passed, and knows not whether he be first or last. If I Were a Man, a Young Man by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. If I were a man, a young man, and knew what I know today, I would look in the eyes of life undaunted by any fate that might threaten me. I would give to the world what the world most wanted, manhood that knows it can do and be, courage that dares, and faith that can see clear into the depths of the human soul and find God there and the ultimate goal. If I were a man, a young man, and knew what I know today. If I were a man, a young man, and knew what I know today, I would think of myself as the masterful creature of all the masterful plan, the formless cause with form and feature, the power that heeds not limit or ban, Man, wonderful man. I would do good deeds and forget them straight away. I would weave my woes into ropes and climb up to the heights of the helper's gateway, and life should serve me and time. And I would sail out and find the treasures that lie in the deep sea, mind. I would dream and think and act. I would work and love and pray till each dream and vision grew into a fact. If I were a man, a young man, and knew what I know today. If I were a man, a young man, and knew what I know today, I would guard my passions as kings guard treasures, and keep them high and clean. For the will of a man with his passions measures, it is strong as they are keen. I would think of each woman as someone's mother. I would think of each man as my own blood brother, and speed him along on his way. And the glory of life in this wonderful hour should fill me and thrill me with conscious power, if I were a man, a young man, and knew what I know today. Good Friday, 1613, Riding Westward, by John Donne. Let man's soul be a seer, and then in this the intelligence that moves devotion is. And as the other seers by being grown, subject to foreign motion, lose their own, and being by others hurried every day, scarce in a year their natural form obey. Pleasure or business, so our souls admit, for their first mover in our world by it. Hence is it that I am carried towards the west, this day when my soul's form bends toward the east. There I should see a sun by rising set, and by that setting endless day beget. But that Christ on this cross did rise and fall, sin had eternally benighted all. Yet dare I almost be glad I do not see that spectacle of too much weight for me. Who sees God's face that is self-life must die? What a death were it then to see God die! It made his own lieutenant nature shrink. It made his footstool crack and the sun wink. Could I behold those hands which span the poles and tune all spheres at once pierced with those holes? Could I behold that endless height which is zenith to us and our antipodes humbled below us? Or that blood which is the seed of all our souls, if not of his, made dirt of dust? Or that flesh which was worn by God for his apparel, ragged and torn? If on these things I durst not look, durst I upon his miserable mother cast mine eye, who was God's partner here, and furnished thus half of that sacrifice which ransomed us. Though these things as I ride be from mine eye, they are present yet unto my memory. For that looks towards them, and thou lookst towards me, O Savior, as thou hangst upon that tree. I turn my back to thee, but to receive corrections till thy mercies bid thee leave. O think me worth thine anger, punish me. Burn off my rust and my deformity. Restore thy image so much by thy grace, that thou mayest know me, and I'll turn my face.